What is going on, y'all? What is going on? Let's see, we get in here. I know Steady Dropping Dimes is live, so we'll see. Just yo. Just getting ready for this Texas-Michigan game. I'm just I'm interested to see about the offense. I'm not really worried about the defense too much. I'm more worried about the offense sustaining drives, especially early if the run game is stagnant early. Yo, what up? Who's that? Malachi? What up? But yeah, I'm worried about the offense being stagnant early. Keeping the defense on the field too much, and then they slowly get gassed. So that's a big deal. Because to me, I know people try to compare Cade in 2021 to Davis Warren. And yeah, you can make that comparison, but you got to remember it only worked with Cade with a dominant running game. That's what made it work. So if the run game isn't dominant, I'm not sure if it's gonna work with Warren. That's my worry. And I know people are saying, well, Alex Orji, he can't throw. If he can't throw, and Warren isn't effective locking on his first read, I'll run that rock and play ball control. That's what I would do. I'm not gonna front. And this is just me thinking of scenarios. You know what I'm saying? This is just me thinking of scenarios. Because, and this is my reason why I was saying Orji should probably start, because we knew the offensive line was gonna have to take time to gel. How can you help out an offensive line with a mobile quarterback a mobile running quarterback? Because the defense has to account for the quarterback. How do you help out the offensive line? You got a guy that can make plays on his own. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I thought Orji would be the starter. But if you're saying he can't throw like that, well, I'll run that ball every time. I don't care. I'll run that rock and mix in what he can do well in the pass game. He can pass the ball some. We saw in the spring game, he can hit some passes. Every pass ain't going in the dirt. But that's my thought. That's if the run game isn't consistent enough for Davis Warren and the offense to sustain drives. This isn't just saying that Davis Warren can't move the ball. This is saying if the run game ain't working, it's going to be hard for Davis Warren to move the ball. Texas is going to run a train. The plays were there. The QB was locked in on one guy. And that's a fact. And that also worries me. If he's locked in on that first read, you got away with it against Fresno. You won't get away with it against Texas. You're just not going to get away with locking on your first read. We're gonna beat the piss out of Texas. But But what you call it? Uh, Malachi, if you in here, whoever's a moderator, if somebody's saying weird stuff, get them out of here, please. Whoever's a moderator, the weird stuff, people putting weird stuff in there, please get them out of here. But yeah, that's my worries. You know, now going back to Fresno State, I would have liked to have seen Benjamin Hall. I would have liked to have seen that third running back, because Khalil Mullins might have to be a workhorse for real. If Khalil Mullins is asked to be the workhorse, also, he don't need to be returning kicks, because he's too valuable, and he's already going to take enough punishment. He don't need to be returning kicks. I think it was odd that he was back there. Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Donovan back there returning kicks, because returning kicks is like straight line speed type of stuff. One cut, straight line speed. Throw Donovan back there. You got to find a way to get Donovan the ball to where he can use that speed. You have to figure out a way to get Donovan the ball in space if the run game isn't clicking. Like, I'm really interested to see Kirk Campbell, what he's really made of, because Michigan has explosive players. We know we have guys that are fast, but do you know how to get them the ball in space? Do you know how to set them up to get the ball and be able to run? That's my question. I'm watching you close, Kirk Campbell. I'm watching you. I promise you, I'm watching him. But yeah, I'm interested to see, because just because a player isn't ready to be a starter, and we're talking about offense. Defense, if you ain't ready to be no starter, or you're not good enough to really be in a rotation, you shouldn't be on the field. We're talking about offense right now. Just because a player isn't ready to start on offense, that doesn't mean he can't contribute. If a guy is fast, speed kills. Find a way to get that guy the ball off of something simple so he can do what he does best, run. So that's what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, the Urban's breakdown of Michigan. I want to see that also. But yeah, you got to know how to get these guys the ball in space. Getting Colston Loveland. One of us can figure out how to get Colston Loveland the ball. That's easy. He's huge. He's a mismatch nightmare. So getting Colston Loveland the ball, you're not doing anything special getting him the ball. He's a mismatch nightmare. Whether he's on the line, whether he's split out wide, it's not hard to get Loveland the ball. But I need to see, how are you going to get Tyler Morris the ball? How are you going to get Samaj the ball in space? How are you going to get Donovan the ball in space if the run game isn't working? Can you get Cole Cabana in the game with speed? We know he's fast. Amarian Walker is fast. Can you get him the ball? You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm thinking. Like, Kurt, these dudes don't have to be ready to start full time for you to find a way for them to contribute. If you're looking for him to be a starter, you're messing up. You just need to find a way for him to contribute. This dude is fast. Yeah, he can't run a route worth crap, but he's fast. Can he run a drag? Is that too much to ask for him? A drag route? Of course it's not. So you got to figure out how to get these guys with the speed, because the speed is there. But can you scheme them open? Can you scheme these fast guys open? I'm going to be watching. You know, that's my thoughts on the offense. But what else? The offensive line. I rewatched the game a couple times. I thought the offensive line wasn't as bad. Run blocking, I think the run blocking was worse than the pass blocking. To me, the pass blocking wasn't that bad. They had some miscues. Now we know El Hadi got torched, and then Donovan had the missed block. Besides that, the pass blocking was pretty good. Now Davis Warren has to be able to manipulate the pocket a little more. Jesus Christ. This dude just pulling out. That ain't me. Jesus Christ. I'm talking to y'all and still can pay attention to this dude just pulling out slow, going through a puddle. He's still going slow. But I forgot what I was talking about. But the offensive line. Yeah, the offensive line wasn't that bad in pass blocking. They just had a few miscues. Donovan's got to be on point in pass blocking, bro. Like, he looked like he was confused and hesitating. You can't hesitate, bro. Like, if you're gonna be back there to pass block, you got to know who you got, and you got to come up and light him up. It's just simple as that. There's no hesitation, because you have to come with force. You have to know what you're doing and come with force to pick that block up. Normally, Donovan is good in pass blocking, so it was odd to see him struggle. You know, it was odd to see him struggle with that. But besides that, it was good. Now, Warren has to be able to manipulate the pocket, because a few times, all he had to do was step over a little bit, like move up, step to the side a little bit, give himself some more time, roll to the left. But when he felt it coming a little bit, he was just trying to get rid of the ball instead of manipulating the pocket. Now you can say, because I've been seeing this a lot, he hasn't started a game in 5 years. I don't care. Some of this stuff I don't be caring about. Like, he hasn't started a game in 5 years. Okay. He been practicing college football for 4 years. Sheesh. How much ready do you have to be? How much work do you got to put in before you're ready? So I don't. Same with Orgy. Hey, he should be able to make a throw by now. And if they couldn't, then the coaching staff let us all down. They let us all down. If y'all went into the offseason not having quarterbacks that are good enough, it's just simple as that. Time for excuses is over. Time for excuses is over now. The offseason, you got the benefit of the doubt. You got the benefit of the doubt in the offseason. Since we don't get no intel, we had to give y'all the benefit of the doubt. But now, evaluation is on. I'm evaluating everybody. Only benefit of the doubt right now for the team is Sharon Moore coaching the offensive line. He gets the benefit of the doubt. Everybody else, I'm looking real close. I'm looking at you with binoculars. I got I got my binoculars on trying to see what's up. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a loaded defense like this. You don't want to waste it, bro. You don't want to waste it because your offense is abysmal. Like, you don't want to waste it. And I look at Bama like last year Bama. They didn't want Jalen Milroe to start. They didn't want him to play, but then they realized he's our best chance to win. Behind this dismal offensive line, they gave up like 40-something sacks during the year. He's our best chance to win. So I'm interested to see how this offense works out. Can the run game get going? If the run game can get going on its own, then Davis Warren should be serviceable enough for us to do what we expected this year. If not, if the run game isn't serviceable enough or good enough to take some of that pressure off Warren, to me, and if Jack Tuttle isn't ready to go, to me, you have to play Orgy. That's not me wanting Orgy. That's just me looking at the situation that we're in. If the run game isn't good enough to help Warren to take some of the pressure off of him, you have to play Orgy to help the offensive line, to move the chains and play complementary football. That's just me. That's just the way I'm seeing it right now. So you can play complementary football and play keep away. Because it's going to be hard to stop. It's going to be hard to pin down on that. Running that ball. All you need is 3 yards every time. That's all you need. Yeah, it's not going to be fun to watch unless they're breaking long runs. But guess what? They're going to be eating up that clock, and they're going to be tiring out the opponent's defense. And our defense is over there getting fresh, being fresh. That's just the way it is. To me, simple football. I get 3 yards on first down. I get 3 yards on second down. I get 3 yards on third down. That's 4th and 1. I can't get a yard. That's just the way I'm looking at it right now. But hopefully the offensive line clicks or takes that step. You know, they say the biggest jump is from week 1 to week 2. That's what they say. So we'll see. Hopefully the offensive line starts to push, gets that good push, and then, you know, all of this is just hypothetical. That's what the hope is. We'll see if it's a reality for us. But if they're not getting that push like we need, your best bet is to put in Orgy. To me, it is. That's your best bet. My other question is, if y'all acting like that, so what's your plan? Because if Tuttle is hurt right now, what's your, or is Orgy the backup? Is he the backup? I'm kind of confused. So if Tuttle is hurt, Orgy is the backup. So what's your plan to do with Orgy? Like, what's your plan for him if he's the starter? If Davis Warren was to get hurt? What's your plan? Denegal will start before Orgy will. You think so? And that's why I said, I'll run that rock every time. I'll run the read every time over starting Denegal. I will run the read every time. I will run the read and do some play action off of it every time. I'm not starting Denegal. I wouldn't. Yeah, Texas ain't as bad as they were last year. And, you know, I think somebody was talking about their run defense. But Colorado State, they were just trying to run it. That's all they were really trying to do. They barely even tried to pass. So it's hard for me to take that their run defense isn't that good. It's just such a small sample size. Yeah, it's such a small sample size. So, but Saturday, I guess it is getting here kind of quick since I was off Monday. But I just got so many questions. There's so many question marks heading into this game for us on offense. Like there's just so many question marks, honestly. Because hell, I'm saying all this, and Donovan, you never know. Donovan could have one of Donovan's games, and he goes for 175. You know what I'm saying? Like that's very possible that he could have one of those games. And like, oh, and honestly, I hope he does to shut up some of these Ohio State fans. I really hope Donovan does go for about 170, 180 to shut some of them up. Because they just enjoying Donovan strugglings too much. They just enjoy it. You know, that's my problem with a lot of Ohio State fans. They won't give Michigan players credit for anything. I was watching I can't think of who I was watching, what the channel's name was. But they were trying to say Will Johnson, the QB for Fresno, he made it obvious that the screen was coming, that the bubble screen was coming. Like, bro, teams run bubble screens so much. Like, everybody runs bubble screens, tunnel screens, all that stuff. You almost never see somebody pick that. That's pick it like that. That's something you see on a video game. You almost never see somebody intercept a bubble screen like that. You can say Will Johnson got burnt a couple times in that game, but you can't say him picking that bubble screen wasn't something serious. Like, that was something serious. You don't see dudes do that. Everybody runs bubble screens. You almost never see somebody pick it like that. That was something serious. You don't see the corner pick it. Like, just give that man credit. That was a awesome play. Like, oh, he is like that. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. He got burnt trying to jump routes, but oh, that's why he's highly touted as one of the best. Yeah, that's why. That's why. You can not like it, whatever you want. I'm like, a lot of these Ohio State fans really get on my nerves. They do, because they're trying to say that Denzel Burke is better than Will Johnson. There's no world where he's better than him. There's no world where he's better than him. Will Johnson has, let's take this last game into account. Denzel Burke just this Saturday got his third pick of his career. He's been at Ohio State. This is his fourth year. Will Johnson just got his 8th pick for his career. And what does he have, like 3 touchdowns? He's not better than him. Like, and I was on their page the other day because I thought about it, and I was like, y'all trying to say Denzel Burke was better than Will Johnson. What big time receiver did Denzel Burke go against last year? Boy, they got quiet. They started saying all types of nonsense. They started saying all types of irrelevant stuff. Well, he goes against Marvin Harrison in practice. We're talking about in game. We don't know how much he's getting burnt in practice by Marvin Harrison. I'm talking about who do you go against? Who did he go against last year? There was a big time receiver. Roman Wilson? Was it Roman? We know OSU, we know y'all don't respect Roman Wilson. Who did he go against? He didn't go against nobody. He didn't go against one big time receiver. Will Johnson went against Ndunze, Marvin Harrison, Isaiah Bond. He took Isaiah Bond and them Alabama receivers. They wiped them off the map. Them boys went missing. Them boys was MIA. Them boys was missing. Ndunze didn't do much either. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. If you're gonna say somebody's better than somebody else, okay, who did he go against? You get what I'm saying? Who did he go against? He didn't go against anybody, really. Roman Wilson got him for a touchdown. That's just how I think about stuff. You know, when we talking about a position like corner, you know. But what you think, Schrock? He didn't go against nobody, Schrock. Last year, Denzel didn't go against anybody except Roman, really. I know somebody said Missouri's receiver. You couldn't even name Missouri's receiver. He couldn't even name Missouri's receiver. He just said Missouri's receiver. I think that was Daniel Henry. He couldn't even name the receiver. But yeah, we're gonna see. But Will Johnson is big time. He's just a big time player. When you need him, big time games, he seems like he's getting an interception. You know, national championship, big time play. OSU, big time play. Big Ten championship, he's had multiple picks in Big Ten championship. Dude is just a ball hawk. To me, that's the biggest thing at corner. Can you get me the ball back? But then again, I grew up idolizing Dion prime time. I'm getting the ball back and I'm going for a touchdown and I'm gonna high step the whole way. I ain't just intercepting the ball. I'm gonna make you look stupid on the way to the end zone. So that's my generation, you know. So I want my corner to be a freak of nature. I want him to intercept the ball. I want him to be able to play wide receiver. I want him to be able to return punts, you know. I grew up in the Charles Woodson at Michigan and Deion Sanders era. You know what I'm saying? I want my corner to make big time plays. You know, everybody else doing the talking. I'm the one doing the walking. You know, I want my corner to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else doing the talking. I'm the only one doing the walking. You know, but that's what I like. I want my corner to. The biggest thing for a defense for me is get me the ball back. Get the ball back for my offense. Matter of fact, don't get the ball back for my offense. Get the ball and you take it to the end zone. You get me 6. That's what I want out of my defense. I want touchdowns from my defense. That's what I really like. You know what I'm saying? And we used to miss that with Don Brown. They wouldn't get turnovers. They wouldn't get turnovers. So that's what I was loving about last year, and I was loving it against Fresno State. Zeke Berry. That's how you make up for Sanders still. Get an interception. I don't care if it was off a tip. You still got to catch it. You still got to be paying attention enough to get the interception off the tip. Safety and nickel, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good about safety and nickel. Wesley Walker was looking good. Zeke Berry got an interception. Now, McBurrows, I don't know, but they did have him in zero. So I'll give him a little break because they had him in zero. But what's his name? Zeke Berry, I got faith in Zeke Berry. I think Zeke Berry's a stud. I've been waiting on Zeke. You know, Quentin Johnson and Macari. Macari, he messed up once in a zone. He was in the middle of the field. He looked like he was kind of lost a little bit. But he did get that pick at the end that got called back because of TJ Guy's roughing the passer or whatever they called, unsportsmanlike conduct. He did get that interception. You know, that interception wasn't taken away because of something. That was some ticky-tack. You know, that was an actual interception, if you get what I'm saying. Yeah, it got taken off the board, but it wasn't. That was a after the play kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. I actually wanted Macari. I wish he would have got that interception for his mojo. You know what I'm saying? As trying to be the leader of the safeties. I really wanted him to get that pick. I hated that they took that from him. Schrock. Yeah, I bet you do want to keep seeing that zero coverage. Boy, I bet. You know, I try to keep myself calm just thinking about this zero coverage stuff because it makes my blood boil so fast that I have to take deep breaths. Like, he's not gonna keep running it. Just calm down. He just calm down. He's not gonna keep doing that. Because that zero coverage makes my blood boil. It really does. And I see, like, you know, Sark and these other coaches, they try to make excuses for it. You know, he's trying stuff. This is my thing about that. The score was 3-16, I believe, at that time. Yeah, it was 3-16. That was a dumb call. It was a dumb call for the exact reason for what happened on that play. They scored a touchdown. You go zero, it can be all or nothing. That's why you don't want to do it. So, you just made this game close. Because it was so late in the game, Fresno State was going to go for it on fourth and probably end up getting nothing. Ball game. Game is over. The game would have been over because they're going to go for it on fourth. They weren't going to kick a field goal at that time. There wasn't enough time for them to kick a field goal and still be able to score enough points. They weren't going to kick a field goal in that situation. So they were going to have to go for it on fourth. So you go on an all or nothing play, it just wasn't smart. Now the score is 10-16, man. You done made this a game. That's my thing. So, and that's why I got so hot about it. Bro, this idiot is blocking the fire truck. Well, Florida got some of the worst drivers I've ever seen, bro. But that's the thing. You went zero in a crucial time in the game when you don't have to. You could have rushed for a drop. You made the game close. You made it 10-16. We're in a dogfight all of a sudden. Now, thankfully, the offense got it going, but you could have put us, Michigan, in a real situation because you wanted to try zero. For what? So that's why I get so hot about it, because he almost made us get in a real dog fight real fast. You get what I'm saying? Like, he put the offense in a situation where it was like, all right, y'all better do something. Y'all better do something. Because if y'all don't, who knows what might happen. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I get so hot, because he didn't have to do it. He picked the worst time to do it, and then got the worst results. So that's why I'm so hard on it, because it wasn't smart. Just wasn't smart. A smart decision. End of story to me. And I think this is what worries me. Wink seems like he's a stubborn. He seems like he's a stubborn, one of these stubborn coaches that wants to prove that they know what they know best. So I wouldn't be surprised to see 0 again, honestly, because he seems like he's stubborn, and he wants to show people in the media and the fans that I'm gonna do what I want. I know what I'm doing. All right, bro. Mikey Keene, seasoned quarterback, saw it was 0. I got to get the ball out hot. Boom, touchdown. Quinn Ewers, seasoned quarterback, will see it, and he's going to get the ball out hot. It's just not smart, bro. You can say I'm an armchair coach all you want to. I don't care. It's just not smart. It wasn't smart. You know? So, you got to disguise that defense. You have to. The thing that I don't like about Wink is I think he really gets off on making the quarterback, on destroying an offensive line and having the quarterback run for his life. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he looks like when he sees a blitz can get through, he's gonna blitz all game, even if he don't have to. He just seems like, I'm about to blitz. We had some luck with the blitz. I'm blitzing now all the time. Yeah, I don't have to, but I want to. I don't have to, but I want to. You know? So, that's the worry with him. Let's see. Wink was fired from the Giants for being stubborn. Him and Brian Daboll butted heads. He is known as a butthead at times and doesn't always listen to his superiors. All the screens and swing passes is not going to work against Michigan. Yeah, all that stuff ain't going to work. But the guys still have to get off blocks and tackle. And, you know, Sarkisian does some of the stuff that Sharon Moore does. A lot of shifting. Once the defense gets set, a lot of shifting. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Michigan didn't do a lot of shifting against Fresno. Of course, trying to keep it vanilla for Texas. But I suspect that you see a lot of shifting going into playing Texas. And the same with Texas. Sarkisian, you're going to see a lot of shifting, you know, to confuse the defense. So, eye discipline and knowing your assignments is going to be big for both teams in this game. Both teams going to have to be disciplined on defense. You know what I'm saying? I need to see Sharon Moore get in his bag. I need Sharon to be in his bag with the game plan. I need to see him in his bag with the game plan. I trust you, Sharon. I don't trust Kirk Campbell right now. I know somebody gonna say already. I don't trust him. He ain't been an offensive coordinator, so what do I have trust with? Why should I have trust in him? I trust Sharon more. The U is back. So what is the ideal number to send on a blitz? I like bringing 5. I like bringing 5 on a zone blitz. I like bringing that corner. Jesse Minter perfected bringing that 5 or bringing 4 and drop. Jesse would bring 4 and drop out one of the ends. So he would bring 4 and somebody drops out or D tackle drops out. That 4th man would be a corner coming on a blitz. I like that. I like bringing that corner blitz. I like that a lot, honestly. So I like to bring 5. 5 is enough. Most of the time. You know, you can bring your 6, but I think with this defensive line, I don't think you need to bring more than one blitzer. I think you need one blitzer, and that's going to be enough to get home most of the time. Because you're Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant, Josiah Stewart, and Derek Moore. They hard enough to handle on their own. You know what I'm saying? They hard enough to handle. That's just my opinion on it. You know, I don't mind if you bring in 6, but to me 5 is the magic number, really. And I kind of want it to be a corner, like you were bringing Sainer still all the time. You know, I thought that worked pretty well. But Wink is his own man. You know, Wink is his own man, so we just gonna have to deal with it, and we'll see how he calls these games. You know, it looked like on defense they used that as an exhibition game, which was foolish to me in some parts. It was foolish to me to split those corners, to be playing musical chairs with your corners in the first quarter. That wasn't smart to me. It's my opinion. That wasn't smart. Because those guys, you're not going to be switching those dudes out next week. Let the starters get their mojo. Then we lock this team down, and then you let them backup corners get in. Because it's such a big drop off from your second to your third corner. They put Pollard in the game. Boy, that man got ate up instantly. Mikey Keene was like, whoa, who's that over there? Whoop. Like, instantly. He didn't think twice about it. Like, oh. So, you know, that's why it's like, bro, why is he in the game already? That, to me, that just didn't make sense. Let us blow these guys out, and then you put them in. And then for whatever reason, Kenneth Grant, Mason Graham, Josiah, Derek Moore, they had the starters in the game on defense when the game is over. We up 30-10 now, and they still got the starters in. Get them dudes out the game. Some of that stuff, it really bugs me. I don't understand why you got your crucial guys on defense. The game is over now. It's 30-10. Why you still got them in the game, dog? Because if one of those dudes gets hurt, you finna have some real questions. The whole nation, the whole college football nation is going to be calling you stupid. The whole college football nation. Nobody's going to spare you. You're up 30-10, and Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant, Derek Moore, Josiah Stewart, Will Johnson. If one of them dudes would have got hurt, you're gonna get called dumb by everybody. Nobody's gonna give you any break on it. It's just not smart. Yeah, there were some coaching, like, what are y'all doing? Like, now, and I'm saying this to say, if this was last year when we had ECU and Bowling Green and Colorado State or whoever it was, if we had three cupcakes, flip flop the corners. I really wouldn't have cared. Flip flop them. Do whatever. It really don't matter. We got 3 cupcakes. We just trying out things. That's not the case this year. You got Texas coming in week 2. You need the starters to get the rust off and be ready to go to play big time football, not flipping them in and out and all that stuff. You need these starters to be ready to go for Texas, locked and loaded. You worried about dudes that can get playing time when we play Arkansas State, when we, let them get that time then. They're going to have their time to get in the game. This ain't the time for that with Texas coming in week 2. It just wasn't the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just real odd. You can't do everything the same as last year when you don't have the luxury of last year's schedule. That was a luxury Jim Harbaugh had for 2022 and 2023. The schedule, that was a luxury. I hate to break it to you, Sharon Moore, Wink, Kurt Campbell. Y'all don't got that luxury this year. The schedule ain't like that. So all that flip-flopping and we can try things out, you really don't have that luxury. You got to figure it out this year. USC, well, what do we play? USC week 4? USC's defensive coordinator comes from the Ravens coaching tree. So their defense is going to be better than last year. It's not going to be the same. It's going to be better. That defense is going to be better, which it looks like it is. That game is going to be tougher than people think it is. So you don't got the luxury to be trying a whole lot of stuff. You got the luxury to be trying to, okay, I've got a plan, and this is what I'm going with. Plan A doesn't work. I've got my plan B ready. You get what I'm saying? You don't got the luxury that Jim Harbaugh had. Last year, when we played, by the time we got to week 5, we barely played anybody that worth a dang. This year, by the time we hit week 5, we might have played 2 top 15 teams. You don't got the luxury that you had last year or the 2 years previous. Plan accordingly. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thought process. You can't do stuff the same as when you had cupcakes for the first 4 weeks. Hey, I guess you're right. for real, bro. Maybe I am always mad. I'm always mad at something. I'm always mad at something. I got Michigan winning. I got Michigan finding a way to beat Texas. Finding a way. And I think that's what the defense giving us a score. I think that's what the defense scoring a touchdown to help out. I need my boy Donovan. I need big game Dono. I need big game Dono. And this is another thing with Donovan Edwards. I know you're at peace. I know he's at peace, with the Most High and everything like that. I'm not knocking it. It's a beautiful thing, and that's how you should be. But when you get on that field, running that rock, you got to play with anger. You got to play with anger. When Donovan gets that ball on the field, you got to play with an anger. You got to play with an anger and passion. You got to want to punish. You got to want to punish the defense. Running the ball is a mentality. It's a mentality. When you're a tough runner, it's a mentality. The biggest thing I can say about Blake was his mentality. The big time run, the game-winning run against Alabama. What did Blake do when he scored that touchdown in the camera? I'm a dog. That's what he said. That was the look on Blake's face against Alabama. I'm him. I'm a dog. What did y'all thought they was gonna keep me down all game? I'm a dog. Yes, sir. Game time. I'm a dog. And that's what Donovan is missing. You got to be a dog on that field. You got to go out there and want to prove something. When was the last time Donovan was that? When was he that? It was when Blake got hurt and we all thought that he wasn't going to be able to carry the load. And he wanted to prove us wrong. He wanted to prove everybody wrong because we all thought he ain't going to be able to do this. He ain't going to be able to carry the load. And then he went out against Ohio State for 200. He went for like 180 against Purdue. And then he had 100 and something against against he had about 100 against TCU. You know what I'm saying? He ran with a little more anger then. Because I believe he wanted to prove that he could be the guy. You got to run with some anger. I don't see enough anger in Donovan. Like, somebody over. That's what I want to see. The blocking ain't that good. Oh well, run somebody over. Make somebody miss. Donovan's got to play with some anger, some fire. I think that's what he's missing, honestly. That anger that I'm about to prove you wrong. I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you. You know, and football is, and it to me, it kind of boggles my mind that use the anger. It kind of boggles my mind that a lot of, like, football is one of the few sports where you can use your anger, where you actually get to inflict pain. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm a running back and I'm mad, like I'd be like Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And when I played football, I used anger. Sometimes at practice, I'd be causing havoc. I'd be having the wide receiver so mad. I'd be hitting them afterwards. You know, they thinking that we ain't hitting, I'd pop him anyway. Like, I'm mad today, dog. I don't care. I'm playing physical, and I don't care what's going on. I'm finna give you hell just because I'm in a bad mood. Football is the sport where you can take it out. If you're in a bad mood, you can take it out on your teammate and take it out on your opponent. You get what I'm saying? So, if I'm a running back, like, bro, take it out on the defense. If you mad at your coach, take it out on the defense. He puts you in. Take it out on the opponent, brother. Don't be over there pouting on the bench, and then you get in and you ain't doing nothing. Take it out on them. You playing the one sport where you can take it out on the other team. And especially at running back, like, Donovan bothers me a little bit when I really, really think about it. Like, this dude is built like this. Like, he's built like this. He's built up top. Like, yeah. When was the last time you seen Donovan hit somebody with a Like, Donovan should be killing dudes with a stiff arm. When was the last time you seen him do a stiff arm? I'll wait. I don't know if I've ever seen him do a stiff arm. Just thinking about it. Like, he should be punishing dudes with a stiff arm. As big as he is up top. That's not his game, putting your arm out to keep somebody from tackling you? That ain't even asking that much, Malachi. Like, for real. Like, he too big. Well, what you get that big for if you wasn't planning on mugging some dudes? You get what I'm saying? You just done got big for no reason. He don't be barely juking nobody. You know what I'm saying? Donovan, to me, Donovan has to play with an anger. You see, Khalil Mullins was running angry. When it got crucial, Khalil Mullins was running with anger. Those were angry runs. Like, no, you're not gonna tackle me. You're not stopping me. Those were angry runs. That's running the ball. When you get a little hole or a crease, running the ball is just wanting it. You know what I'm saying? So if Donovan's not gonna run angry like that, you have to find a way to get him the ball in space. Honestly, and I said this earlier in the live, I wouldn't have Khalil Mullins returning kicks. I think Khalil Mullins is too valuable at this point now. He looked like he's too valuable to be returning kicks. He looked like he gonna have to have about 200 and some carries. He looked like he gonna have to have about 250 carries this year. Yeah, he's looking like he's gonna need a lot of carries. So, honestly, I'd put Donovan back there at kick return. Put him back there. Y'all got to figure out how to get this one of our fastest players, how to get him the ball. Put his butt back there at kick return. Some of this stuff is really starting to make me mad the more I'm thinking about it. Why is our power back returning kicks? Why is our workhorse running back returning kicks? Does that make sense to anybody? We got our workhorse running back returning kicks. Tell me, does that make sense to anyone? Like I'm not even trying to be funny, but does that make sense? That don't make no sense. He did look good, but like, bro, why is he back there? Like, why is he back there? You got your workhorse running back, your workhorse power back, returning kicks like he's Todd Gurley. Now, Todd Gurley was a monster running. Todd Gurley was unbelievable. That was understandable. But it just don't make sense. Why is he back there? As many fast dudes that we have on the team, why is Khalil Mullins returning kicks? Like, that's one thing that we don't have a question about. Like, we have a bunch of fast dudes, but do they know how to get these guys the ball? I'm starting to wonder. I'm wondering. I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering, bro. These are just things that I think about. Like, yeah, I get it, but I'm still got questions about this. Doesn't really make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Why is this? Samaj is returning punts. I saw Khalil returning multiple kicks. I just don't get it. To me, you have to find. To me, speed is the name of the game. Punt return, you need a speedster, somebody that can catch the ball, but he needs to be shifty and be able to make guys miss and take it to the house. Kick return, you need somebody with straight line speed that can one cut and he's gone. That's kick return. You need somebody back there that can be a difference maker. That's the goal. And even if he was, let's say you have Khalil back there returning kicks. It looks like now he's too valuable to be back there returning kicks. Because looks like he's going to be the workhorse. He don't need them extra hits now. Now he don't need those extra hits. Because he's gonna have to run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Because it looks like he's gonna have some heavy. It looks like Khalil Mullins. He's gonna have some games where he's gonna have to tote that thing 32 times, 33 times. It's looking like he's gonna have some games like that. Look, is that? Am I lying? It's looking like he's gonna have some of them. So. Texas lost some of their interior line guys, but they got some pretty good transfers. Texas, and this is the reason why Texas, yeah, they returned Quinn Ewers, but they filled in a lot of their holes with big time transfers. They got big time transfers. That's why they got a little more respect than we did for this year. They lost as many players. As we did, but they filled in the holes with big time transfers. So that's why they get more respect. So the guys that they lost, they replaced them with pretty good players, if I'm gonna be honest. Not the same caliber, but still good players. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like they replaced them with a freshman that you know does a freshman that hasn't proved anything. They got big time transfer players. So we will see about the run game. You know, Michigan's run game, and you know Michigan exploiting them with the run. I mean, Michigan has to try to establish the run to make the job easier for Warren and to sustain drives. The big thing in this one is even if Michigan isn't, you know, just scoring touchdowns, they have to be able to sustain drives so Michigan's defense can rest. That's the big thing. Just being able to sustain drives so the defense can, you know, not get gassed. That's the big thing about this one. Because once the defense gets gassed, all right, offense, now y'all got to, hey, it's on y'all now. The defense is gassed. The defense is going, you know, the defense is going to give us a fighting chance. The defense is going to give us a chance, but the offense is going to have to do their part to play complementary football. Because if they not playing complementary football, the defense is going to have to be on some legendary type stuff like, all right, y'all, we finna lock these dudes down and they ain't getting nothing. You get nothing. Matter of fact, you get nothing and we going to take some from you and put some points on the board. They're going to have to play like that. You know, if the offense can't get anything together, can't sustain drives, can't run the ball consistently. So that's the deal. That's the deal with it, you know. But it's interesting to see, and you know, That's why they play the game. You know, people are expecting Michigan to get rolled over. Like, people are expecting it's like it's gonna be easy. Like they don't gotta go against our defense. Like, it ain't gonna be easy. They still got to come out there and out execute. They play the game for a reason. They ain't just finna just all right. Our offense didn't look that good game one. All right, here you go, Texas. Here's the game. Here you go. Put 50 up on us. They still got to come out and execute. That's what I want, William Riviere. I want them to wear them down with them big boys. I want them to wear them down with Donovan, Orgy, and Mullins. And last thing, and I'm gonna go on and get out of here and go in the house. I would have loved to see Benjamin Hall get some carries to see if we have another back that is capable. I think that was a mistake not getting that. Whoever's third on the depth chart at running back, I think that was a mistake not getting him in the game to see what he has. You know what I'm saying? Because we know Donovan's kind of injury prone. Where's the third back? You know what I'm saying? Dutchman said Orgy is out of the competition. We got to let it go. I mean, we can't let it go if they're going to be playing him like that. And they act like it's a secret that they might be playing him 20 snaps against Texas. They act like he might be playing 20 snaps against Texas. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? So that's the big thing. That's the big thing. But, you know, it is what it is. We're going to find out a couple more days. But I'm about to go on and go in the house, y'all. I appreciate y'all joining the car live, watching me rave and rant. Watching me rave and rant. But I appreciate y'all joining. Like, share, subscribe. And as always, go blue.